What's in your wallet? For millions in South Africa, it's the rand. But have you ever stopped to think about the story behind this vibrant currency?
It's more than just money. It's a reflection of a nation's history, its economy, and its place in the world. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating journey of the South African rand, from its birth to its current standing on the global stage. We'll explore why its value swings, what makes it tick, and how it impacts the everyday lives of South Africans.
So, grab a coffee, get comfortable, and let's unravel the tale of the ZAR.
Before the rand, South Africa used the pound, a legacy of its time as a British colony. But as the nation moved towards becoming a republic, a desire for its own distinct identity grew.
And what's a key symbol of sovereignty?
Its own currency. So, on February 14, 1961, just a few months before South Africa declared itself a republic, the rand was born.
The name itself is a nod to South Africa's geography and history. It comes from the Witwatersrand, the bridge upon which Johannesburg was built and the site of the country's massive gold discovery in the 19th century.
Gold was literally the foundation of the nation's wealth, and now it was immortalized in the name of its money.
The transition was pretty straightforward.
2 rand were exchanged for £1. The new currency featured coins like the half cent, 1 cent, 2.5 cent, and so on, and banknotes that showcased Jan van Riebeeck, a prominent figure from the country's colonial past.
For the first decade, the rand was actually quite strong, trading at a fixed rate of about $1.4 to 1 rand.
It was a period of relative stability, backed by the country's immense gold reserves.
But this stability wasn't destined to last.
The world was changing, and the rand was about to embark on a much more volatile journey. The 1970s and 82nds were a turning point.
The global Bretton Woods system of fixed exchange rates collapsed, meaning currencies started to float freely against each other. For the rand, this was compounded by immense internal and external pressures. The apartheid regime faced increasing international condemnation, leading to sanctions and disinvestment. Political instability and social unrest at home created a climate of uncertainty.
As a result, the rand began a long, gradual decline.
By the mid-1980s,
the pressure was so intense that the value had plummeted, at times trading at over 2 rand to the US dollar for the first time.
It was a clear sign that political and social factors were now heavily influencing the currency's value, a trend that continues to this day. So, what exactly makes the rand's value go up or down? It's a complex dance of several key factors. First and foremost, commodity prices. South Africa is a major exporter of precious metals like gold, platinum, and palladium, as well as resources like coal and iron ore. When the global prices of these commodities are high, more foreign currency flows into South Africa to buy them. This increased demand for the rand strengthens its value.
Conversely, when commodity prices fall, the rand often weakens. It's so linked to this cycle that it's often called commodity currency, alongside the Australian and Canadian dollars. Then there's the big one: political and economic stability,
or the lack of it. Investors, both local and international, crave predictability. When there's political uncertainty, policy confusion, or social unrest, investors get nervous.
They might pull their money out of the country, a phenomenon known as capital flight. To do this, they sell their rands and buy foreign currencies like the dollar or euro, which pushes the rand's value down. Positive political developments or sound economic reforms, on the other hand, can boost investor confidence and strengthen the rand. We've seen this play out time and time again in South Africa's recent history.
Global economic trends also play a huge role. The monetary policy of major central banks, like the US Federal Reserve, has a massive impact.
When the US raises its interest rates, investing in its dollar assets becomes more attractive. This can lead to money flowing out of emerging markets like South Africa and into the US, weakening the rand. This is often referred to as risk-off sentiment, where investors flee to perceived safe haven currencies. Conversely, when global risk appetite is high, investors are more willing to put their money into higher yielding but riskier emerging market assets, which can benefit the rand.
Within South Africa,
the South African Reserve Bank, or the SARB, is the main guardian of the currency's value and stability.
Its primary mandate is to protect the value of the currency in the interest of balanced and sustainable economic growth. The main tool it uses is the repo rate, which is the interest rate at which it lends money to commercial banks.
By raising interest rates, the SARB can make holding rand-denominated assets more attractive, which can support the currency.
Higher interest rates also help to control inflation, which is another key objective.
If inflation gets too high, it erodes the purchasing power of the rand, making everyone poorer.
However, raising rates can also slow down economic growth, so the SARB has to perform a delicate balancing act. Let's look at the rand's performance against some major currencies.
Against the US dollar, the story has generally been one of long-term depreciation.
From its early strength, it has weakened significantly over the decades.
Today, it trades at a level many times weaker than its starting point.
This isn't just a South African story. Many emerging market currencies have weakened against the dollar over time. However, the rand is known for its volatility. It can experience sharp swings in a short period due to the factors we just discussed. Against the British pound and the euro, the pattern is similar, though the dynamics can differ slightly based on the economic health of the UK and the Eurozone. For South Africans travelling or importing goods from these regions, a weaker rand means everything becomes more expensive.
For tourists visiting South Africa, however, a weaker rand is fantastic news. Their dollars, pounds or euros can buy them a lot more, making South Africa a very affordable and attractive travel destination.
This tourism boost is one of the few silver linings of a weaker currency. The value of the rand has a profound impact on the South African economy. A weaker rand makes imports more expensive.
Since South Africa imports a lot of its machinery, electronic goods, and crucially crude oil, a weak rand can lead to higher inflation.
The price you pay for petrol is directly linked to the rand-dollar exchange rate. On the flip side, a weaker rand is a massive benefit for exporters.
South African mining companies, farmers and wine producers who sell their goods in dollars or euros receive more rand for their products, boosting their profits and making them more competitive on the global market.
The post-apartheid era,
beginning in 1994, brought a new chapter for the rand.
The country reintegrated into the global economy, and the currency became fully convertible. The new government faced enormous challenges, including high unemployment and inequality.
The rand has remained volatile throughout this period, reacting to everything from domestic policy decisions and credit rating agency announcements to global financial crises, like the one in 2008.
The design of the currency itself changed, moving away from colonial figures to celebrate South Africa's natural heritage with the big five animals on its banknotes and later, honoring Nelson Mandela, a powerful symbol of the new democratic nation. So, what does the future hold for the rand? It will likely remain a volatile currency, sensitive to the ebb and flow of global commodity markets and investor sentiment. Its path will be closely tied to South Africa's ability to address its structural economic challenges, such as creating jobs, ensuring a reliable energy supply, and implementing growth-friendly policies. A stable political environment and a commitment to fiscal discipline are absolutely essential to building the long-term confidence needed to support the currency.
For the average person, the rand's journey is a constant reminder of how interconnected our local pockets are with the giant, complex world of global finance. From its origins as a symbol of a new republic, through turbulent political times, to its current role as a free-floating, volatile, but resilient currency, the South African rand tells a powerful story. It's a barometer of the nation's health, its challenges, and its potential.
Understanding its movements is key to understanding the South African economy itself. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the world of the rand.
If you found this interesting, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more content, and let me know in the comments what other economic topics you'd like to explore.
See you in the next one.